Hello guys, so let's I don't know, you can have lots of videos summing up the 2022 years, so just let's jump and try to make new prediction for next week. And you know what, let's try to predict what will be in 2023. It's a long shot, but let's do it. So let's start with the S&P. This is the daily chart. We draw this line for the break to the upside, but it moves sideways. So the last prediction was if it breaks, it moves up. It didn't do so, so we missed it in the prediction, even though it gave us nice candles, but let's call it indecision. It didn't move either way, but it was anticipated because this is the end of the year, so not much trading and volatility in this market. So what's going to be next week? So from this, let's try to move to the monthly and see what the monthly did with the S&P 500. It's tried to break, rejected, tried to break, rejected, bounce from the 200. This is the nice bounce, managed to break with the power to the upside and immediately push back, but it didn't break inside to the trend. So it means it still have some power. The move to the downside, no, there is no volume. We are in a big oversold. Any move to the downside already create divergence, and we managed to cross. So this is a good candle of buying, and but in order to resume its move to the upside for the next year, it needs to take out all the short sellers. In order to take out all the short sellers, it's need to bring them back in, put some money, and then boom, press them and take out all the stop losses. So I will want to see another bounce from the 200 moving like this. So it could be a slowly month and then bounce again to the end of the year. So if I have to predict, Q1 probably gonna be positive. From January, February positive, April, March will be negative because we're gonna see all the result of the interest rate hike, and then probably the Feds will start to cut the rates, and then it will push the market from July to the end of the year to the upside. Will it reach and break the highs? I really don't know. I do think we probably gonna see something like this, and we probably end in this area. I call it lost year, sideways year. You're gonna make some profit. I don't think we're gonna see this amazing year with volatility. Each candle, each day is giving us 2%, 3% in the S&P. It's really crazy. The market need to calm down. If we go to the weekly, where there is a nice indecision candle, inside candle. So above it, move here to the trend, try to break. This is once, twice, maybe this is the third time. So maybe the next time is a lucky charm for the 400. So, but I do see a possibility to reach to the 400 in the next weeks. Let's go for the daily. It's gonna be interesting. Gonna see it already broke, move sideways. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can see the trend is moving down, down, down. I call it an attempt to break the trend. This for me is attempt to break the trend, bring the barrier. So I want to see, this is the low, and I want to see it again holding those area. If I'm gonna see a break below, it's not good sign. And still, this is the max span. If it's move it here, we are going down. But if it, even if it touch this and immediately push up, this is a good sign of a big size of accumulation, trying to create this area. You can see it here. We take a line. This is a good area. You have big volume there, which means they try to shake them out, move to the upside, shake those out, move inside again. So now we'll want to see a decision if we're gonna break down or break to the upside. Let's go for, you can see it here. See how it's rejected, bounce, rejected, bounce, rejected. I don't like this candle because it managed to close below. Even though this is a precise number, for me, I don't like it. If you can see it here, even if it's managed to break above, I know it will reach. And even if didn't break it, so it's a sign for a bounce. And again here, it didn't break it, so this is a sign for a move to the downside. So it managed to do so. So this is why I don't like it. I want it can bounce again here and then fail to the 360 again. So be prepared, even though I don't have sign yet for it. So the only sign I have, it seems that it want to move to the upside, but I don't like the move to the upside because it could, in the pre-market, immediately push to the downside and create a, like it did here. This is a green and immediately down. I could see the potential to move here to the 390 and then push to the downside. Let's go for the Qs. Again, with the Qs, much weaker. You can see it try to push to the up, so probably managed to push here. It's already, I think, let's check. This is 69. This is, come on, 71. We already have here the divergence. In order to break it, it needs to break the 274, 75 area. It's, I don't know, it needs a lot of push in order to push much higher. Sometimes the stock market can do so. You can see this big candle. This is a 4-hour candle. This is crazy, right? So it could do so, but at the moment I don't see any reason. Again, if we go to the monthly, you can see how it looks in the monthly. Much weaker, but it managed to bounce from those Fibonacci levels, but close below the 200, so it's not that good. Maybe try to reach the 217, 16, guys and girls. I don't know. It's not, doesn't look that good for even though it's all as a SPY cross. So we finished the divergence, so we just need a good confirmation candle. Let's go for the weekly. Let's see. This could there is no divergence in the weekly, so continuation of the trend. If it managed to broke it here, which is a good sign, could bounce again to the 300, which could be nice. And if we go to the daily, with the daily, I think where it is, yes, here we have the 308. You can see the distance between it. There is no here, no. Close this gap. I think there is a gap here. So there's a good possibility that if we manage to break the trend and the price action holds as we saw earlier, you see it holds. What? Let's go back to the SPY to be, see 1, 2, 3. All right, it holds. And let's go back to the Qs. The Qs, it's much perfect. See it 1, 2, it holds it. It didn't break it below. It seems that it want to push higher for the Q1 area. And then maybe attack the 300 just because it's a round number. But I think if it touch the 300, it will try to reach the 309, close the gap, which is a good sign. Let's go for the 1 hour. You can see what happened in the after hours. just touch the trend. So I don't know, try to break it in the pre-market and then fall it back. There is no divergence there, but from here there is. But even if it break, hold, guys, because wait for it, see how it reacts again to the trend. Because if it bounces from the trend, it will be a good sign. So don't be afraid. You can see the volume, which is a nice volume. This is a strong candle for the 1 hour candle. So accumulation here, and then this is decision making, which is good. You can see it here. You can see it at the end of the session. Hold it. Yeah, a good chance for it to move to the upside, but careful from the divergence. Let me check something. 94, 96, and this is 97, but it breaks. Yeah, so I want to see a green candle here. Let's see something else. No. Let's move to Tesla and try to be more quicker. Tesla much weaker. I want to show you something. Imagine that you don't see the Tesla and you don't see the time frame, and I will just showing you this chart. Imagine this was a 1 minute chart. This is a squeeze, and this is so basically probably Tesla, if it was a 1 minute chart or 1 hour chart, you probably thought this is a meme stocks that like GME. You know what? Let's see how GME looks. GME, boom, fade away. So what's going to be for Tesla? It doesn't look that good, even though it bounced from this area, which we talked about it. So if you took it, good area to, I don't know, call it for investment, but there is not that good because it could, guys, you can see the 200 already pointing down. You can see it in the weekly, not that good. This is a nice candle for reversal, big volume coming out, very oversold, but it just means the sellers in control, guys, because you can see the volume. Sellers in control, there is no divergence. I will wait, even though we touch those area, try to make maximum pain. You can see this is the low 109.96. This is probably 108, yes, 108.24. So we try to create stop losses, but why not to reach to the 100 and bounce from a round number, and even there is a still nice area for volume, and those are big volume, guys. Here, these are big volume, so it doesn't look that good. And if you want to push higher, you either need a good news, new news about how you can, I don't know, eat all the internet and computers and robots and stuffs, or you just making a short squeeze, moving to the downside, making panicking, and then squeeze all them out in a big push. But let's go for the daily of Tesla and see how it looks. Doesn't look that good. So even though you can see the big volume in a downtrend, but even if there is a bigger volume in, this is not an uptrend, this is just profit taking and controlling, because if all the sellers were leaving and decided we finish the downtrend, you would have seen just a green big candle. All right, because everybody's buying in each price, moving out from this position, but they didn't. So they hold the price, didn't let it break, even though it's starting to point up. I don't like what Tesla is doing at this time frame. Let's go for the 1 hour. You could see it here, didn't break the trend. This is a nice trend, even though it's above the 200. Be very careful. I will wait for confirmation. You could see it. It doesn't mean that won't go for the, I think it will push to the 134 even here. This is the first target of divergence. You can see it here. So it has some power to push it here and maybe try to push there. and from there we'll push lower. This is it, nothing much, guys. Those are the lines, 89, 66. You see a lot of resistance. It's already almost touched the 125, 26, probably rejected. Even tried to reach the 132 and then rejected. Let's see if the bar, as you can see, this divergence already created. It didn't finish, so could push higher and then fail. And you can see it where it goes. It's here. Gonna need a lot of power to reach here and break the divergence. I don't think it has the power yet, so I think it will move something like this. If it holds and decide this is the low, we're gonna see something like this happening. If it break it, doesn't look that good for Tesla. Okay, let's go much quicker to Apple. Apple, nice holding, higher lows. Let's see if it can break the 130 to move to the 133. At the moment, there is no divergences. Let's go for the daily. It also seems weak. It broke the trend here in the stochastic, so let's see if it can manage to make the reversal. Monthly again, why not to touch the 120? Let's go for NVDA. This is the monthly. You see, why not to touch the 200, even touch the 115, basically as Tesla. You can see the divergence. This is making new low. This is higher lows. So listen and try to move up. So let's see if it can grind again to the 205, but the market will decide what to do with NVIDIA. Let's go for the daily. This is a sideways move. You can see it, price action. Now let's see if it can hold. Volume is there's not much volume in those moves, which is not that good. There is a divergence to the upside, so above the 147, 150, it's a good sign for trying to move to the upside, but there is no break of trend, a big now, so it could just make a reversal. Let's see the 4 hour. You can see it broke the 142. I don't like it. Next zone probably this, the 130. So can try to push again to the 150 and continue with the trend. So this could be just one reversal. You can see the momentum, which is, you know what, the momentum here is in divergence, so which is good. So you know, it could make a nice move again to the upside, but I want to see how it reacts to the 150. It could next week reach to the 150, 151, see how it reacts. Very nice. Let's go for Meta. All right, Meta sideways move. Not much interesting. You see, the momentum is not telling us much. Stochastic telling us, I don't know. This is the high. Break the trend. Probably try to push higher. It seems that the trend seems positive, but with not move. I don't know if have the power, or maybe try to reach here to close the 128 gap and then try to reach to the 155. At the moment, not that interesting. Something good needs to happen with Facebook in order to do something. Seem positive from this area because it hold. This is a squeeze. You can see the squeeze between the 200 and the trend. It is a squeeze, and probably see this is 1, 2, 3 candle moving to the upside. No volume. I will wait for it. I don't know. Wait for it to see the break and confirmation. I will not jump in. Let's go for MRNA. See what happened there. All right, with MRNA, it's moved to the upside. It seems that it will reach to the 235. It's resting on the 200, which is nice. This is a big moving down. This is no divergence from there. You can see the volume of the break because of the announcement. So and see what happened next. Fading away, so probably close this gap and maybe even reach to the 160 and then decide what to do. See it here. Let's make it to broke the trend, bring the buy, so it probably will start to move to the upside. We're probably gonna hear soon about vaccine and COVID and stuff, and again all over again, so it will push it probably back to the 235 area. Let's go for BA. BA, yeah, this is just money coming back from, let's say, much safer. They probably had some good news. Check it there. See it. Let's make it much smaller. I know a lot of lines, but see what happened. This is the trend, and this is a break of the trend. All right. So I could see a scenarios that the price again move to retest, bring more buyers from the 170, and then push higher. At the moment, you could see it. This is the final push, and now it's try to rest. So any push to the upside will create divergence to the downside. So it doesn't mean it cannot push, but at the moment, I think it's lost its power. Momentum start to be a little bit negative. You can see the volume is weakening, and even there is a divergence. You can see this is moving down, this is moving up. There is a divergence, so it's need a nice push to probably get back to the 174, and then in order to reach to the 200. Because there is no volume, I will not enter. I will wait for a pullback and then confirmation of the bars holding the price levels. Maybe intraday it was interesting here. At the moment, not that much. You see it in the 1 hour chart. You can see moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down. Indecision. This is a break. This could be a nice break, but you can see it here. A divergence. So be very careful from it for falling down. Gold. Let's see what the gold is doing. Let's go for the daily. All right. Golds. I could see the pullback coming and confirmation of the. It means that the price will move eventually up. I don't think it will immediately push to the upside and with a straight. Would wait for confirmation. Didn't break the 170. It rejected from the 170. Momentum is still positive, but weakening. So I would like to see it coming down, bringing the stochastic to the downside and then pushing to the upside. You can see the volume is weakening also. So not much buyers interesting those level. So if it pushed down, maybe it will push the market a little bit higher. Nothing much there. Let's check Oxy. Let's go for the 4 hours. You can see it rejecting from the 60. Reach our target. Didn't do much. Momentum is start to be positive. Will it? Nothing much to see here. Sideways move. Let's go for much bigger time frame to see. You can see it here. Accumulation or distribution, but buyers are still in control. You can see it here. Holding, holding, holding. Let's see if they hold. Even if it touched the 200 in the 60, the volume, you can see the volume is going down. So where are the buyers? If the volume is going down, it could fade away, push again to the 50. It's not that good. Something need to happen in order to push. You could see it here. The sellers were in this, see the weeks, sellers here. Buyers, I don't know, where are you? I don't know if you want to hold it. I thought if I would see a nice volume here, it would be interesting, but there was a nice week, but no continuation. So I think probably Oxy could fail. Nothing much there to see. Trend is down. Nothing much to see. Trend is down. Probably just reversal. I will wait for confirmation. It seems it broke it, so probably try to reach to the 66 and then reject it. So let's sum it up, guys. Alright, so S&P seems to be positive, rejected 3 times from this trend. So shoulder, head, shoulder. Let's see if it can push to the upside. If this is, we draw it here, potential is the red, which is could be nice. At the moment, we don't have the confirmation. In the after hours, it's moved, it's continued to the upside. Good. I will wait for a green confirmation. The 4-hour chart. If you look at the weekly, so 385 could be a nice entry to the upside to touch the 400 move for the first quarter, and even I don't know if January could be positive January, because there probably going to be lots of repositioning, buying and selling some stocks, which affect the S&P, I think, positively. The Qs will probably be negative. And for the rest of the year, I think it will be a sideways move on the trend. Decide whether to press it to the 438. This is the area. I will wait for it. So thank you guys. Have a good week and have a nice year, profitable year. So see you guys later in the next recap and weekly prediction. Bye bye.